hopefully this speech will encourage you to do the same. So without further ado, Julia Holwegner.
So fellow top Toastmasters and guests, my speech today is entitled Memories. As Candace mentioned, I recently had a chance to remember some old memories as well as create some new ones. And hopefully during my speech there won't be a whole lot of solecisms. But to go back into the old memories, 20 years ago, I was a bright-eyed freshman in college who decided to join my university's marching band. Learned a lot of different things. For instance, I learned to stand at attention with your feet together, your shoulders back, and your eyes with pride. We were the Pride of Delaware marching band is one of our names. I also learned that if you walk as though you are squishing toothpaste, that you can take 8 steps for every 10 yards on a football field. Try it. It doesn't seem to matter how tall or short you are. It does seem to work. I also learned that it was a good thing that we were the University of Delaware Marching Band, or the UDMB, as opposed to Delaware University Marching Band, because then we would have been DUMB. That's something we were proud to point out. I also had tons of great memories with my friends. Had 4 years from August to November of every year, practicing 6 hours a week, and then on game days starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. For some reason, we thought that was fun. Going all the way till 4 or 5 o'clock at night. Even went to some away games. Luckily for me, I had a roommate that didn't sleep through alarms like I did. One weekend, she did happen to have to wake me up after my alarm went off for 10 minutes. Blaring music. She threw at least 2 pillows and 3 stuffed animals at me, hitting most of them before I finally woke up that I made the game. So those are some of my past memories. Recently, this past fall, I had the chance to go back to Delaware. I hadn't been back in almost 15 years. Having life get in the way, I'm one of almost 20 cousins. They all seem to be getting married every year, and so I have not had a chance between that and work to get back. On top of that, I live over here in Arizona. It's not as simple as walking across the room to get to Delaware. It's a 4.5-hour flight, 3,000 miles. Doesn't happen very often. So this year, it all worked out. No cousins getting married. Everything was perfect, and it even worked better in that not only was it 20 years since I had been a freshman, but it was 20 years for the band director. So there was a celebration that we wanted to have for her. The University of Delaware has for homecoming alumni band. So all the alumni that show up that were band members find instruments from somewhere. They go out at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, again, apparently forgetting how early that was, and practice and then play. They formed a super secret group on Facebook so that we could all show up. Instead of the 30 to 50 people that normally show up for homecoming, there were over 200 that showed up. They had to borrow tubas from all of the local high schools and even, I think, a middle school so that they had enough. My intention in going back was not to do alumni band, though. I was going to go and crash. I haven't played an instrument in 15 years. I don't want to even think about attempting to play the instrument in 15 years. And then that changed. Friday afternoon, I got into town and met some friends for dinner. And they wanted me to do alumni band. And my excuse of, oh, I don't have music, didn't work. Pulled out the computer and the printer, said, what instrument? We'll print it for you. My excuse of, I don't have a t-shirt to wear, didn't work. They pulled out the 5 that they had from prior years and said, which size do you want? Best excuse, no instrument. Not a problem. My friend's husband, who's a tuba player, when in grade school played the clarinet. His mom still has the clarinet. He went over at 6:30 in the morning on Saturday to pick up the clarinet for me. There I am, can't say no. I show up, and it is the best thing that I ever did. Because at 8 o'clock in the morning, rubbing sleep out of my eyes, wishing that I drank coffee, I formed with all of the other alumni. We formed what were supposed to be arcs, they sort of look like arcs, to practice. And then we formed diagonal lines, which impressively enough, they resembled diagonal lines. Did all that, practiced for a couple hours, then we got to have fun. We had some lunch, we followed the current band, which the alumni refer to as the baby band, underneath the stadium, and got to remember that memory of going through the stadium, huffing and puffing, trying to keep up as they try and get all 300 people through the bottom of the stadium before the song is over. Doesn't work very well. Got to follow the baby band out onto the field for pregame, see all the fans sitting in the stadium, looking up at them, and then sitting in the stands during the game, and that's when the memories really started. Because there was quite a bit of, when I was a student, this is what we did. And do you remember what we did here? And all of that. We had all sorts of memories. It was great. At the very end, there's a song that the university plays, the band plays, after they've done their post-game show. And it's another song that at the time didn't really resonate, didn't think about it, I was young. But at the end of the song, everybody waves, and amazingly enough, the people in the stands wave back to you. So, got to have that memory. A couple of things that I wanted to point out as a result of my experience to hopefully encourage you is that if you ever have the opportunity to go back someplace where you have great memories, take it, because you never know when it will be again. It took me 15 years to be able to get back. I don't know when I will be able to get back again. So definitely if you have that opportunity. And then lastly, wanted to leave you with the saying that a picture paints 1,000 words. So I have a picture where at the end of the game they allowed the alumni to join. And not only does the picture, but it also goes on a little longer. So thank you